As you all are enjoying dessert, we'll get started with the rest of our program. I want to welcome you to the 2017 CHI Health at Home Annual Awards Ceremony. We hope you all enjoyed the red carpet, all of the, glitz and glamour that we had, and yes. I appreciate Scott and his bodyguards bringing in the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. And so if anybody wanted an award, you should have seen Scott on the way in and slipped him an envelope. And in all seriousness, I get the opportunity just to give you the ground rules. So I'm here to tell you the reminders for this evening's awards. So we have a number of folks and awards that we want to recognize. We'd love the winners, if you're present, to come up on stage for a quick picture with your award. If the winner is not present, then the local leader from that location should come up and accept the award on their behalf. For location winners, the local leaders, please come up on stage. But we will do all the group shots that we've done in the past after the award ceremony. So we would love to get group shots with everybody from that location, but we're going to do that afterwards. So with that said, we'll get started. Judy Schuler is here to present the Patient Experience Award.
Good evening. Patient Experience Awards. The following agencies exhibited world-class customer service. Oh, thank you. The envelopes. They did this with their focus, passion, and consistent approach. It is my honor to present the Customer Service of the Year Awards for 2017. Home Care is our first award. This agency takes any call into their office seriously. Patients and their families know that they are heard. The team coordinators also work hard trying to keep the same clinicians in their home. Most importantly, all associates there have a mission. They would tell you it's not about the job, it's about the people. This past year, this agency was in the 96th percentile. Did you hear that? 96th percentile in the Would Recommend. And winning this award, oh, look at this, pretty fancy, for the second year in a row, if you don't know who it is, oh my goodness, VNA Health at Home, London, Kentucky. Awesome, awesome. I like this thing. But I hope I don't get the wrong one in there. Okay. Okay, hospice. I can echo all that I just previously said for this hospice agency. They have a mission and a passion that the patients and the family come first, and it shows. Someone said today that this is where I want to go to die. So if you were in that class, you know who this is? The winner is the VNA Health at Home, London, Kentucky Hospice. Awesome, awesome. Home respiratory care. This location has a culture that continues to provide quality customer service to their patients, and they have received this award for the second year in a row. This goes to Home Respiratory Care in Akron, Ohio. Woohoo! Infusion. This location focused all year through the processes they established as a team, and they beat out last year's winner at 95%. Congratulations to Mercy Home Infusion Des Moines. Woo! Sean! Last but not least, transportation. This is another second year in a row winner at 94.04%. Please help me congratulate the Patient Transportation Services, PTS, Cincinnati, Ohio. Coming behind you. Yay, Scott. Yay! So the next area we're going to talk about is quality, near and dear to my heart. The following agencies exhibited world-class quality. They did this with keeping the patient and family in their thoughts each and every day. So I would like to present Lisa to present the award.
Give it up.
Which one are we doing first, Counselor?
Home care.
All right. I'd like to thank the Academy. I've always wanted to say that. And George Clooney. Our mission is to exceed the expectations of our customers, our associates and shareholders in the delivery of health care and support services in a way that a caring family does. I believe we've heard that a few times in today. Definition of quality, a characteristic or feature that someone or something has, something that can be noticed as a part of a person or a thing. The agencies that are receiving the quality awards tonight have each demonstrated their commitment to our mission, along with their commitment to our quality daily. Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. Steve Jobs. This branch that is receiving the award this evening is a yardstick of quality. By embracing people-first philosophy, culture, our movement towards that, taking on tough cases, and being successful, supporting each other on a consistent basis and inspiring me to be a better leader. This branch is open to new ideas as well, always planning how to serve the community and support our CHI partners. This branch can always be counted on to do what they say they're going to do, and usually a little bit more. When individuals, including myself, visit this branch, after the visit, we feel energized, hopeful, and in the sense that we are part of something fantastic and meaningful. The patients they serve feel that as well. Comments that they've received. I was able to come home because of home care. They helped me to recover and treated me great. I felt more confident in how to do things. I was blessed by their care, mind, and body. All of my home care people are compassionate and very thorough. It made my situation tolerable. Grateful for superior care, one family said. I want to thank all who cared for me. They were all respectful at all their visits with me. God bless them all for being with me in my time of need. It takes a village and a power of one together. So tonight, the envelope, please. Our home care that is receiving the, like I don't know, I have to read it. Receiving our quality award is Home Care CHI Health at Home, Lincoln, Nebraska. Andy and Linda, please come up. Linda ran away.
Where'd Linda go? All right.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Quality is not an act, it is a habit, Aristotle. This branch has made quality a habit by the clinical leadership asking me on my third day, what can we do differently to serve more? Open to new ideas and bringing the entire team along when new ideas are initiated, so everyone is successful. They have worked hard on employee engagement plans and they task and go forward as a family. Our marketing, they're working hard at planting the seed, being part of the clinical ops team. Three-legged stool is very important to this group. They have worked together on strategy, action plans, and tasks to be successful. The DCS inspects what she expects and educates and supports her team. Within the group, there's a very strong sense of community. This is reflected in the comments from families they care for. Hospice care for my wife that she received was excellent. All members of the team are dedicated, caring, and very knowledgeable. One could not have asked for better care. The team was punctual, reliable, and pleasant. Professionalism of the team was evident from one day and persisted until the end. My friend said she had never been cared for so wonderfully. She was cared for like a queen. I never dreamed that people could be so nice. I tell everyone that the hospice team are God's angels on earth. Again, it truly takes a village. Receiving the award tonight for quality is CHI Hospice, Omaha. Jody and Linda.
Come on over.
I wasn't ready. Okay,
All right.
Here's the list. Thank you. Yay.
It's exciting stuff. All right. I get the honor and privilege of presenting the Growth Award for 2017. And so as we look across all of our locations and all of our service lines, how are we going to measure growth? Okay? Because we're in different services, we have different targets, we have different budgets. So it's a difficult thing to say, how are we going to measure everyone in that platform? So what we've done, and we've done this for the last 2 years, is we rank every location on how they did to prior year in revenue growth, okay, and how they did in prior year in dollar growth. And so we think that represents those locations that have come to the top in serving more patients in their community. So if you're a small location, you have an opportunity to really excel on a percentage basis. But it's very difficult to be at the top on dollar growth. And if you're a large location, it's very difficult to be at the top on percentage growth, but much easier on a dollar basis. So we're using both of those metrics across every service line. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Whew. All right. But it's all about how are we serving more patients We heard about the great quality that we're providing, so how do we bring more patients into that experience? And I'm pleased to announce we have 3 third, second, and first place award winners. And this location, in third place, grew by 27% over the prior year. And that represented over $1 million in revenue growth. That's what I said. And in third place for our revenue growth for 2017, Mercy Home Care, Des Moines, Illinois. Come on down. In our second place location, and the bar is getting higher, grew 79%. Yes. And it wasn't a small growth. It was $1,780,000 in revenue increased. Our 2017 revenue growth second place award winner, CHI Franciscan Health at Home, Tacoma, Washington. See, your fan club's over there. So, that's tough to beat, but this location exceeded those numbers in total. So they grew 27% year over year, but grew by $3.5 million. So, big location, big revenue growth. They hit on both accounts. They are serving a lot more patients this year than last. And I'm pleased to present the 2017 Revenue Growth Award winner, first place, Amerimed, Westchester, Cincinnati. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're up, Scott.
So how about a round of applause for my 2 bodyguards? Huh? John No, way out of his comfort zone. He did an awesome job.
Finance doesn't work out, acting will for him.
Yeah, he's got a second career in acting. The Emmy goes to John No. My code name, in case you didn't know, is Buffalo. I recommended Fat Man in a little coat, but they shot me down on that one. So I have the honor of presenting the Improvement in Operating Profit Award. This award goes to the location that achieved the most improvement in operating profit, and similar to Dan's elegant recognition of how we calculated it, we did look at both dollar amounts and percentage so that we fairly looked at all locations. We didn't have just large locations that would automatically win. So that gives everybody a fair chance. So our third place winner had a 74.5% growth and an increase, which it's translated into a $1.1 million increase in operating profit. So huge, if I can use that word. And our third place winner, probably shouldn't use that word, should I? Amerimed, Westchester. So we have some impressive results, and they go up pretty dramatically, as if that wasn't impressive enough. The second place winner was 461.6% growth, which, yeah, we checked that math several times, because I'm like, are you really? Which represented an increase of 509,000. And the Emmy for that one goes to CHI Health at Home, Lincoln, Nebraska. All right, for our first place winner, we checked this one as well. 842.2% increase in operating profit. Yeah, that made me reset my pacemaker. And that translated to an increase of $468,000. And the winner, and our first place winner, is sitting right next to him, Amerimed Lexington. Yeah.
I'm excited that I get to tee up a brand new award category this year. We get to include in our recognition the Performance for Sales Associate of the Year, and I'm excited to be able to share with you for Home Care and Hospice the top CRE and top CTN award winners this year. This year's CRE Sales Associate of the Year burst onto the scene in her branch 5 years ago and has been a significant force in helping her branch grow their business and their reputation to what it is today. She's a top performer across our platform and consistently meets or exceeds her sales quotas by developing physician and administrative relationships of depth and substance. Last year alone, she brought in 609 starts of care. She continues to demonstrate she is a leader in fostering physician education and buy-in with regards to face-to-face documentation and the new physician portal functionality in Home Care Homebase. Recently, she was asked to collaborate with the new administrative team at our partner hospital to help with physician relationships and retention. She is a trusted voice and a very visible force in many community health-related initiatives and programs, and when her community needs a cause promoted, they always call her. She is married and has 2 beautiful children, and somehow she also finds time to coach a cheerleading squad for her high school alma mater. And this year's CRE Sales Associate of the Year goes to Sarah Doberstein. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kids will break that.
Oh, good note. Yay, Sarah! Rock star! The CTN Sales Associate of the Year Award has truly changed the climate for the branch she works in and their local partner hospital. She has strong relationships with case management department as well as her physicians. She is also an intricate member of the CHF team and has excellent follow-up skills and has taken on responsibility for the new 60-bed rehab hospital. She balances referrals between 2 institutions well, exceeding her quota month after month after month. She is budgeted for a whopping 65 starts of care a month, and her actual admissions last year were 748, the highest of any sales associate. She has excellent organizational skills and follows up on every single referral, ensuring timely initiation of care as well as proper communication to the referral source. She is dependable and has not missed one day of work in spite of her very busy home life. And as a single mother of 4, she even makes time to coach her daughter's softball team. The winner of the CTN Sales Associate of the Year goes to Ms. Shannon Betts. Woo! Woo, 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 woo!
Now I need to reset my pacemaker.
My name is Scott Scanlon, and I'm the Regional Vice President of Market Development. But it's really just a big fancy title, which basically says that I have lots of airline miles and hotel points. Besides that, I have sales responsibility for our home infusion division, which means I have all the sales folks on my team. So I guess you could say that I'm the coach of the team. That said, I also have very good assistant coaches, and Terry Ginsberg and David Newman, along with a great group of players who make great things happen every day. Tonight, we're here to recognize 2 of those players, our CRE and CTN of the Year. This first individual was 118% to her assigned quota for fiscal year 17. More impressive, really, was the fact that she grew her business year over year by 15% in a very, very mature market. In addition, in fiscal 17, she helped lead our charge into the Dayton market, where we saw significant success there. And currently, we plan and are moving into the Columbus, Ohio market, and she's leading the charge, supporting those efforts. And I think that many times in what I do and what my team does, we talk numbers and quotas and market growth, because that's what we do. I think that the most impressive thing with this individual, though, is the personal growth that I've seen. What I see now is not only the recognized leader of our sales team in her market, but an individual who handles her business in a very mature way and has grown so much since I met her in 2010. The Client Relations Executive Winner of the Year, Terry Little from Amerimed Westchester. Our second individual was fairly new to the organization, and she actually stepped into what was a somewhat tenuous situation in a market where we had exited a partnership. Things were a little strained at the end, as most breakups are. But we did have a significant interest in getting back into that market, and I think at the time the question was how. And one of the answers, as it always is in difficult situations, is to find the right person or find the right people on your team. This individual is one of those people who made great things happen in our Dayton market this year. She achieved 110% of her assigned quota. In addition, she brought a level of stability to a situation which was very volatile. She developed relationships with the right people and established credibility on behalf of AmeriMed Westchester. She's dependable, clinically solid, and outstanding with patients and their families. And I have to say, from a personal standpoint, I have to say to this person, thank you for accepting the challenge, and I'm thrilled that you're on my team. The CTN of the year for fiscal year 17, Becky Steinbarger, AmeriMed Westchester.
Thank you very much.
Hello. I am very pleased tonight to be able to present the People First Award. This is an award that's awarded to one individual who exemplifies our People First culture in everything they do and is committed to making a positive impact through daily interactions with patients, coworkers, leaders, and partners. This individual is consistently practicing what they preach, incorporates our company driving principles into every aspect of their day, and embodies purpose and value in everything they do. This person may be an ambassador, work coach, mentor, leader, or an associate who is a resource for others and has a natural positive influence on their peers. They make work fun and motivate others to engage in our culture, in turn making CHI, Health at Home, the employer of choice. And to present the award.
So the following was said about the associate in the nominations, which only shows a mere glimpse of how the associate exhibits the People First philosophy every day. One person said, "This associate exemplifies our People First culture in everything they do. They make positive impacts in their daily interactions. They may work fun and positively motivate others. This associate is a genuine and caring individual. They are always willing to provide support and exemplify the People First culture. They not only provide support on a professional basis, but on a personal basis with true concern, even reaching out after hours. They are a positive influence and a true example of what our leaders, associates, and clinicians should be. All should strive to have this associate's passion, values, and motivation." Another person said, "This associate is a leader who leads with grace, kindness, and integrity, always balancing compassion for associates while considering compliance and reducing risk to the company. No matter how big their responsibility grows, they remain pleasant and encouraging to others." I couldn't agree more. So with a lot of secrecy and some fancy maneuvering, because she was one of the point persons for the awards this year, it gives me great pleasure to announce the People First Award goes to Meredith Coxon.
Should I wait a little longer? Am I right with that? So I am honored to be the one to point out and kind of honor the person that I've known for 10 years, and it's the first night that he's worn both a tie and a jacket for more than 10 minutes. Scott Hertner. Look, and his jacket's off, right? Yep, soon the tie is coming off, so yeah, I'm still irritated that I have to wear one, but. So now I'm gonna call on all those guys that haven't worn a tie tonight, so Chris Jordan, no, I'm just kidding, all right, I'll get on. Yep, I'm not bitter at all, so. So Dan is the reason why I have this ridiculous tie on right now. And I'm all right with it, first time in 5 years, but all right, so. All right, thank you. So, not right away. I could keep going. How much time do we have?
Not a lot.
So, gotcha. All right, so I am here to introduce Ken Szymanski, who's going to go through the Excellence in Clinical Leadership Award. So this associate demonstrates superior leadership and direction of clinical services supporting CHI Health at Home. And in my opinion, the clinical services is the foundation of everything that we do and the services that we provide in every community. And this person not only demonstrates the ability to look at how we provide those services now, but also kind of look forward and see what do we need to do to make sure that we're being relevant in today's market. So that's my interpretation of this award, so I'm going to allow Ken Szymanski to introduce it. Great job.
There you are.
So that's what happened when you miss a conference call, because we talked about wearing tuxes, and we all said no, but apparently Dan and Tom both.
We weren't on the call.
They
We were on the call, we weren't listening.
They both missed the call, so they're both in tuxes. So, and no one else is. So, sorry, Tom. Sorry, Dan. This nominee's clinical leadership is one of the strongest assets and is always available to provide guidance, support, and assistance whenever needed. They are willing to take on additional responsibilities and roles and never back down from a challenge. And I can attest to that. I've known this individual for a little over 15 years. The nominee strives to not only improve our processes, but to make sure we are meeting the needs of our customers, both externally and internally. I have heard a consistent theme from individuals within the organization that working with this nominee is a pleasure and the project always gets completed professionally and timely. This nominee stepped up to lead the Home Respiratory Care Division through our best accreditation survey ever with just one reported deficiency. And the winner is Christine Cunningham, the 2017 Clinical Excellence Award winner. Here's your card.
Yeah.
All right, so now we move from excellence in clinical leadership to excellence in operational leadership. And this associate demonstrates superior leadership and accountability for the overall business management supporting CHI Health at Home's mission. And again, in my opinion, it's not just someone who kind of looks at what's in front of them today, but is always kind of balancing with how they can make sure that they maintain their performance long term. And that takes a lot of work and dedication. And here to introduce the awardee is Ron Evans. He wanted to make sure, like my wife's maiden name is Evans. He didn't think I'd get it right, so I got it right.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. And Dan was the winner of this award last year, so I promised him I would not use the 3.2%, okay? So Dan, I'm not going there, okay? Based on the true description of this leader, as Tom has stated, this was an easy choice covering all the attributes this award stands for: growth, people, stewardship, quality, and service. Not necessarily in this order. This ops leader exceeded net revenue to budget for 2017. also exceeded net revenue compared to last year by $757,000, or a 15% growth year over year. Also exceeding their GP percentage to budget and showed a 17.5% improvement year over year. This leader was right at admin budget at 23.7%, lowest in the entire home care and hospice division. This leader exceeded contribution margin to budget by $95,000. Doesn't seem like a lot, but listen to this. Over the last year, $567,000, or 200% year over year. Okay. Quality, 4-star rating for both SHIP and CMS. Employee engagement, this is incredible, I'll be honest with you. 100% of home care employees were either content or engaged, okay? So that was for you, Trish, for earlier today and all that stuff, so I want to make sure I put that in there. But 55% were definitely engaged from this person's branch, 25% higher than the division, okay, overall. This person also was #1 in patient experience and likelihood to recommend for home care and hospice. I had to use that at the end, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present this award to Miss Victoria Smith, DO, Home Care and Hospice.
I have the honor to introduce our Better Together Award this evening. This award honors and celebrates the amazing achievements of a specific department or function within the CHI Health at Home's Support Services headquarters for the lovely, healthy, and productive way in which their associates engage and support operational, clinical, and sales efforts in the field, working together to bring about greater results. This award speaks to this team's great communication, mutual respect and rapport, and a balance between knowing when to agree to disagree, when to push forward for growth, and how to dig deep and engage in transformation initiatives that bring about lasting improvement. This nomination goes to the team that is consistently going above and beyond to ensure seamless delivery of support, ensuring that our locations across our platform are able to provide care and have what they need to be successful. And Scott Hurtner, the lovely Scott Hurtner, is here to introduce this year's award winner.
I put my jacket back on because I'm wearing my dinner. So see, these things do serve a purpose occasionally. So I wanted to walk you through just a few of the, I'm going to call them staggering accomplishments, because when I kind of outline them, I think you'll agree. This group improved our compensated care in this particular service line by 20%. That doesn't seem like a huge percentage, when you hear some of the other numbers we've thrown out tonight, but it was $1.3 million improvement. So, and then if you go back to fiscal year 15, the numbers even get more staggering. So if you look at 15, they improved it by 48%, or $4.6 million. So it's a staggering improvement. And in fiscal year 17, they actually helped to get our collection up to 97.3. So we collected 97.3 cents of every dollar of patient care that your folks provided, which we did that by focusing on, obviously, payers. So huge accomplishments. But I would be remiss if I didn't say it's a Better Together award. And this particular, the leader of this area, I think goes above and beyond to reach out to you guys to help communicate what's going on. And we would not have gotten those kind of results if it wasn't for really each and every one of you guys helping support that initiative. So without further ado, the Better Together Award goes to, and they're going to be surprised. Maybe. Revenue Cycle for Home Care and Hospice.
Come on, take a picture with the fat guy.
Stay on this side.
Give him the envelope.
All right, exciting stuff. It's my honor to present our next award, which is our Living Our Mission of the Year Award. The Living Our Mission of the Year Award recognizes the top 3 locations across CHI Health at Home and has replaced the previous Branch of the Year in order to be universal across all service lines. And again, this award was calculated by ranking all locations from the top to the bottom across all service lines on their performance in revenue by both dollars and percentage growth, operating profit by both dollars and percentage growth, and patient experience by their total score and their percent to target. So we can equalize the playing field for all service lines in that manner. So, significant accomplishment. The third place location, this location grew their revenue by 10%, or $2.3 million. Improved their operating profit by $308,000. And had a favorable result on their likelihood to recommend to the target by 2.8%. So across all of our service lines, the third place award for Living Our Mission of the Year goes to American Mercy Home Care, Cincinnati, Ohio. Here, you get this too. Our second place location grew revenue by $753,000, or 26%, improved their operating profit by $467,000, or 800%, and exceeded their targeted patient engagement score by 0.8%. So achieved on all 3 measures. In second place, the Living Our Mission Measure Award goes to Amerimed Lexington. Come on up. Thanks, sir. Yeah, thank you. And for our location of the year, grew revenue by $438,000, or 8%, operating profit by $240,000, and a very high percentage, but exceeded their patient engagement score, their customer satisfaction, by 10% over target. And this individual's been wearing the rug out coming up here tonight. Congratulations to our first place winner, Kentucky 1 VNA Health at Home, London, Kentucky. Congratulations. So Victoria's going to need a suitcase to go with the hardware she's got over there.
That's awesome. The Imagine Better Health Award that we had the privilege of seeing some of our nominations this afternoon, it really, I think, resonates with all of us how important an honor this really truly is. It goes without saying that we have a pool of some pretty phenomenal, very talented, very gifted, very compassionate associates in our organization. So many people deserving of this award. The Imagine Better Health Award is awarded to an individual within our organization who exemplifies and embodies our mission, vision, and values in all that they do and demonstrates a commitment to quality, excellence, efficiency, growth, workplace culture, teamwork, and the current and future success of our branches, service lines, and the entire organization. This individual consistently goes above and beyond, is always ready and willing to help out where there is a need, and at times takes on responsibilities to ensure that the organization can meet established deadlines and expectations. He or she is willing to offer solutions where there are obstacles and often assists with multiple roles while fulfilling substantial duties. He or she is a role model, a team player, and is a true ambassador, helping us to drive more care in the home and imagine better health. And I have two very distinguished, dapper gentlemen coming forward, Ron Evans and Rodney Plunkett, to introduce this year's award winner.
I don't have a censor button.
That's okay.
All right.
That's
There's
right.
no censor button, okay?
This card must be for me.
No. I think there's a problem here. What are you doing up here? This is my associate I'm supposed to be giving this award to.
I'm pretty sure this is my associate I'm supposed to be giving this to.
Well, I don't know, but I think everybody in this room saw all those videos today, and those videos were awesome. I want to congratulate all of them that did that, okay?
So what did your associate do?
Well, and I'm going to say my guy, and first of all, you now know it's a guy, okay? This guy maintained a 4-star rating for the entire agency, or I should say entire region for me, when we were rolling out Home Care Home Base.
Well, my guy took a 2.5-star rated agency to a 4-star in less than 6 months.
Well, my guy, okay, not only took on the whole region for clinical, right, but also stepped up with Home Care Home Base and got onto their super users team for hospice, as well as not only for Mid-South, but he also did it for every other region. So from what I'm looking at, this guy is a true team player and for the whole organization.
That's nothing. My guy went into a management agreement in a different state, figured out how to keep all the staff. He moved them from one EMR to another in 2 months. When he first got there, he's improved every metric that we have there, and he changed the culture in no time.
Whoa, wait. Are we talking about the same guy here?
I don't know. Let's open this up. I think we are. Kevin Adams.
Kevin Adams. Get in here. Get in here.
So how do I beat that? Oh my goodness, they're all fighting over Kevin. Caregiver of the Year. Our organization is fortunate to have the best caregivers in the industry, and I truly believe that. Woo-woo! The ideal nominee for Caregiver of the Year creates a positive experience for our patients and families and embodies our mission every day by exceeding expectations and providing care the way a loving family member would. Our clinicians are the heartbeat of our company, and we look forward to recognizing their hard work and dedication. So first up is Lori.
Thank you. Put my specs on. Caregivers are the heartbeat of CHI Health at Home. As I reflect on the top qualities of a caregiver, it's easy to see the Home Care Caregiver of the Year has all these qualities. She does more than just take care of patients. She nurtures and fosters a bond that makes almost them a part of the family. She is passionate about what she does. She's attentive, responds to situations in a timely manner, and puts the needs of her patients first before anyone else. Some comments that were made for those that nominated this individual. She's a top-notch nurse, providing the highest quality of care for our patients, supports new clinicians with compassion and in-depth education and training, and this nurse has developed a great reputation with physicians and outpatient wound care clinics to build our reputation within the community. Also, this individual has superior, positive, clinical, and customer service. We expanded into a new county, and this individual was very positive, took on educating new clinicians that came into the organization, and as you know, taking on new responsibility when your own location has closed is a very challenging time. But this person did that with complete customer service and great patient care. I am very pleased to announce the Home Care Caregiver of the Year to Anne Marie Baker of CHI Franciscan Health at Home. And Judy Kite is accepting for Anne Marie.
What? I asked for help, okay? I did ask for help.
You did.
I did. Hello again, I'm Ron Evans. I'm the Regional Vice President of Mid-South, the Tripper, okay? I'm here to present the award for Hospice Caregiver of the Year. And I want to get started right away because there's a couple of comments from the associates and the leaders, so let's just jump right into it. This caregiver has never said no when asked to take on a patient or responsibility. She will take on extra patients that needs to be seen even at the last minute, late in the day when she's already overloaded and she never complains. The patients ask for her by name because she gives such good care. She treats the patients like her family, and they appreciate it. When doing ride-alongs, this associate's, her leader, is amazed at the ability to carry on a conversation while giving top-quality care. That alone helps the patient and the family to feel that they are important and not just a work assignment. Another associate stated that this caregiver never complains about her job or patients. If she has 14 to see or 5 to see, every patient gets the same awesome treatment. The patients love her and she loves them. She will often take a patient food when she knows that they are unable to get something. She always has a smile on her face, and she never treats any patient any differently regardless of home environment or patient condition. She sees both home care and hospice patients and is always kind and patient with each and every patient. She never hesitates to pick up when needed and always a team player. And last but not least, she is great with patients and families, always willing to help in any way. She can most importantly, she's a servant's heart, or has a servant's heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present this award to Miss Patty Smith, CNA, Kentucky 1, VNA Health at Home, London. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. It's my honor to present the Infusion Caregiver of the Year Award. For those who I have not met, I'm Mike Pellick, the Regional Vice President of Infusion Operations. I want to start off by saying we had a lot of excellent nominations this year for the award. And this particular winner, what set them apart in my mind, having attended several staff meetings at this location, the number of Bravo cards that were filled out for this individual by peers. And I wanted to read two such examples before we present the award. The first one, this employee took the time out of a busy day to put together a schedule to give medications to a patient. They had a double lumen line, but 5 different therapies. The patient went home successfully and completed the administration of all therapies without incident. Another employee, the custom chart that this employee put together is a great example of her going above the extra mile. The patient's potassium was always low, and the employee came up with an easy-to-use weekly chart to let her know which bags to infuse on which days. It is a very complicated regimen, and this employee made it very easy for the family to handle. It is my honor to present the Infusion Caregiver of the Award to Kumbi Aguirre.
Just in case you can't see, Dan still has his tie on. Tom took his off. I have to call Tom out. I mean, it's the first thing he did when he got back to his table. So this is the Caregiver of the Year for respiratory therapy. Breathing is the essence of life. Patients with lung disease cherish every difficult breath they take. We are excited to recognize the caregiver that strives to make breathing as easy as possible. People living with life-threatening pulmonary illness feel intense appreciation for the healthcare provider who helps them to breathe better. Today we celebrate a key member of our team and outstanding caregiver. This tenacious professional emulates the very purpose of the award and is committed to the belief that every breath matters. They are the first to roll up their sleeves and assist anyone with anything whenever asked. They serve as a credible resource to our clinical team across the health system. Respected by coworkers and leadership members, they always maintain a positive attitude, embrace change, and rally the troops to stay focused on giving our patients the best service. This individual's responsiveness and follow-through are impeccable, and I simply cannot say enough about this professional, except he is a fellow Steelers fan. I am proud to give the award to Jim Newman, Clinical Respiratory, Omaha, Nebraska.
So I would like to introduce you to the Transport Service Line Caregiver of the Year, Jody Kane. Jody started her career as a respiratory therapist before going on to nursing school, graduating in 1984. She started her career with Columbus Connection in June of '98, working on the mobile intensive care unit. And for those of you that don't know, they transport the sickest of the sick patients. Anywhere from trauma to high-risk OB, heart and stroke alerts, there are more drips, drains, and tubes coming out of these patients than you've ever seen before. Jody always seems unfazed by all of it, never getting flustered, leading her team with poise, and is able to make quick split-second decisions when needed. For those patients that are responsive and able to communicate with her, Jody takes pride in educating them about the diagnosis and upcoming procedures, making sure that they know what to expect at the receiving facility. Conscientious about pain control, always putting her patients' comfort first. Consistent, compassionate, and caring is how I would describe her. Her knowledge and expertise is amazing. I know I have tapped into, as well as others at Connection, tapped into her knowledge when we have questions, and she's always willing to share that knowledge with others. Married to her husband, John, for 39 years, and has a son, James, who is 26. She enjoys shopping, always for other people, and gardening, and I hear her landscaping at her house is quite beautiful, and many stop to admire and compliment her on it. Jody, I want to thank you for your commitment not only to your patients, but to Connection, and I feel very lucky to have had you part of our team for almost 20 years.
Okay. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? We have heard stories about how amazing our caregivers are in creating that positive experience for our patients and families, but there is one that stands out. So let's watch.
We just returned to the doctor, and he started having very difficult breathing, and all of a sudden he went down on me, and I grabbed him. I realized I was in serious trouble, and I was by myself. Even though I've been trained, I knew what to do, but I looked up, and the home health nurse, Julie, pulled up, and I run to the driveway real quick and said, "Hey, I need help now. We've had a heart attack." Well, she's Johnny on the spot. She came in and kept on calling him by name. She knew his name. I've been around and sort of trained in this, and I could tell instantly she knew what she was doing. She started barking commands to me. which I followed through with real quick. She didn't panic, but she was in a mode to work quickly, and she didn't waste anything. She knew exactly what she had to do. She knew where her stuff was in her packet, her bag she brought with her. Eventually, Judy got him. I mean, at first, she'd come back and then go back a little, and then she kept on, and got a little thready pulse on him. And then that time, the paramedics come in, and I think they had to shock him about 2 or 3 times. Well, she stood beside me watching everything, and she was visibly shaken that she was scared she was losing a patient, and it really, really bothered her. And then after they took him to the hospital, the paramedics, and before I could lock the house up and everything, you'd think it was somebody very, very close to her. Later on that night, Julie called again. She says, "I don't want to bother you, Mr. Pickett, but could you tell me how Mr. May's doing?" And I said, "Well, you're no bother," but, and I told him what happened. And the next day, when we took the respirator out, off the respirator, and he could raise up and look around, I took a picture of it, and I texted it to her phone. And she just couldn't believe it. She seemed like it was Christmas time for a 5-year-old. And she just tickled to death. And that's the way she's worked the whole way through with us. She comes in, does her job at what you'd expect out of anybody, but then there's this time that evolves that she's like a family member. She talks to them like family member. Very courteous, very, very courteous. Always smiling and happy. She gives you the to make you happy. Her persona about her, if she's smiling and going on and being a cheerful person, transfers over. You could see that she was an exceptional person. You have people that do a job, and you got people that love their job. And there is no doubt she loves her job. She loves not so much her job, but I think she actually believes her job is to make people better, and she thrives off that. By her action, she gave me a few more days with a gentleman I was raised around. All my life I've been around him. Never says anything bad about anybody, and just one of those special people you like to have around. And he loved her just as much as he did anybody else, and he'd want to hug her. I'm sure that I and my uncle have only been a small chapter in Julie's professional journal. She's going down this path. So I have the great honor and distinction, and could think of nobody else better than to announce that Julie Treadway has earned the title of Caregiver of the Year. Good luck, Julie.
Officially, Julia Treadway is our Clinician of the Year. She's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She's one of our LPNs. But the neat thing is, that isn't it, Julie. Because we got this thing in the mail. And it is from the Governor of Tennessee. So the Governor of Tennessee has sent a certificate for Julie. And it states, "The state capital by Bill Hanson, Governor, by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon Julie Treadway this certificate of appreciation. in recognition of outstanding service in the best interests and the highest traditions of the state of Tennessee. Congratulations.
Not mad at me for
I'm just such a sucker.
Congratulations. Here's the envelope. Throw it over in the-
All right. So congratulations to all of our award winners. Truly outstanding accomplishments. It was very fun to recognize such a great team. So hopefully you have a glass of champagne. If not, they're coming around. Raise your glass and toast to all of our winners tonight. And God bless to everyone. Thank you very much. Thanks for a great year.